Greetings, fans and followers, fragrant dilettantes of absolutional insanity. I'm back with the actual review of this record, which I've been listening to all day while doing my day job, and I think this set is fantastic. Now, in my unpeeling video, some friends said, it's nothing special, all this material's been out before, which it has been out before. This is taken from a, I don't know what it came from before, but you can find all these digital tracks on Amazon, so this may have come from an earlier CD set, but regardless, I believe that digital files, even played back on vinyl, provide sort of a different sensory experience, as it were. And sure, these tracks are available. I have the CD, the preeminent CD box this is from, the Complete Savoy and Dial Masters box set. This is currently unavailable. I think it sells for a shit ton of money on the eBay website. And I've kept this for low these many years because I love Charlie Parker, and as I've said earlier, I think Charlie Parker doesn't get enough space in the current conversation of jazz. You know, the current conversation of the world I seem to belong to is tone poets and acoustic sounds reissues and all that kind of stuff. At the store we have, at the Jazz Record Center, we have a bunch of Charlie Parker records. And what makes this record so great is it actually sounds great. Does it sound like a modern record? This is 1945. 45, 47, 1950, 54, 51, 50. This is, well, the LP came out in 59. So this is before the dawn of the LP. These are taken from 78s. And they sort of sound to me like listening to an old Grundig console or an RCA console at your grandmother's house. The sound's a little fuzzy. Doesn't have a lot of wide frequency range. But this record has so much life and has so much energy. Not just Charlie Parker, but Dizzy Gillespie and Machito and Ray Brown. You know, and the horn is the loudest thing in the mix, but there's so much energy. There's a version here of Lament for Congo, which is taken from the Renaissance Ballroom in 1950 with Mario Bauza, Frank Paquito Davila. This is a Latin big band, Afro-Cuban, Frank Machito Grillo, band leader, maracas, and it is absolutely smoking. It is on the floor, gritty, groin-throbbing Afro-Cuban. It's the real deal. It's visceral, man. And when Parker plays, you hear him in all his power and exhilaration and beauty and just soaring. It's phenomenal. The horn sounds great. You know, it seems you can sort of hear each instrument at a time. It's not like a modern recording where everything is beautifully, you know, articulated and resolved. This is probably one microphone over a big band. These are live recordings. Civic Auditorium in Portland, Oregon, Municipal Arena in Kansas City, Birdland in 1950, Carnegie Hall. I mean, the big band stuff is really just throbbing. But if you're expecting a record that sounds like a tone poet or a CD or I don't know what, you're not going to get that. What you're going to get is the beauty of Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie, because they are just on fire. This is a collection of very heated performances. I couldn't find a price for this, the record store day price. I'm trying to get, I should have waited, the provenance, what tapes were used, what file transfers were used, where it was pressed. Publicists hadn't responded, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. This is a burning record. You know, somebody at the store over the weekend, I was recommended Charlie Parker, and we pulled up the OJC Bird at St. Nick's. I put that on. It sounded horrible. It really sounded horrible. It sounded like the band was down an alley to the left, underground somewhere. This is not like that. The band is in your face, and it's all the beauty of Charlie Parker. the majesty, the perfection of his solos, the fire. He's playing some amazingly fast stuff. He must have seemed like a guy from another planet, just like Coltrane did 20 years after this. This music is 50 years old. It's lost none of its power, none of its energy, none of its groove, none of its thrill. I know there was a record store day Charlie Parker release a couple years ago or something. I don't really remember that, but I guarantee you this sounds better than the Complete Savoy on LP, which has never been remastered. There are tons of Charlie Parker bootlegs. You know, there's a whole trend of Charlie Parker bootlegs where you hear the same song over and over again so people could hear all his different solos. The Dean Benedetti school, the people transcribing his solos, which, you know, became Lou Donaldson and Sonny Stitt, the guys who picked up After Bird. But anyway, I think this is just great. If you want to hear Charlie Parker, you know, will it set your audiophile testicles on fire? Probably not. Whatever. But this is a burning record, and I hope you check it out. Bye.